Hello. I've had a request on how to use Google Fonts so that they're working properly for you. So the first thing you do is do a search for Google Fonts, find the site, and access it. Once you're in here, uh, it's really easy to miss where the code is in order to select these fonts. So if I scroll through the list, not every font in the universe is able to be used on the web. I'm just going to pick a few. If you want to search for something, you can type its name in, or you can go by trending now, you can go by font properties that are listed here. Notice there are 989 families available. Let's see what trending now is. Most popular, newest, or name. Let's try most popular. So some of these fonts are selected because they're easiest to read on the internet. And you want to look at their personalities. Like I would skip this one because the F and the L, the way they're connected to me, and the very thin pieces are hard to read. So consider readability, consider the designer you're working for. I'm going to take Quicksand. All I do is click the plus sign. If I click on See Specimen, I get this whole thing, which will just confuse you because you don't know where to get it. You can select this font though. That's the word we have to look at, and then it pops up this little bar at the bottom that says one family selected. I'm going to back up though and look for some others just to get a few to show you. So you're literally scrolling through looking at them. Let's take a script. Now it says I have two families selected, and then that almost disappears. And let's just look at me. I'm so picky. I'm going to take Source Serif Pro as well. So let's say I pick those three families. I click on this black bar at the bottom to pop up this menu. And when I do that, it brings up a new window. It tells you to embed the font, to embed your selected fonts into a web page. Copy this code into the head of your HTML document. So I literally highlight this. I'm going to do a shortcut Command C for copy. I'm going to go to my Sublime. I already set something up so that I didn't have to show you the whole thing. You already know this part. And I'm going to, within the head, notice here's my open, here's my close, here's my title for the folder flap, and then my link to my style sheet. And I'm going to put the link to Google Fonts for, it was Dancing Script, Quicksand, and Source Serif Pro. Notice it adds these extra, the plus sign, the I-beam. It does all that for you. Otherwise, you would forget to do it. Now, the next part, in order to make it work, is, I popped back to my Google Fonts here, is to specify in CSS where you are using those fonts. So I have three different fonts. I'm going to copy them, go back to Sublime, and I've already set up a background color. Notice I winged it. I didn't think they'd recognize salmon, and they did. Hexadecimal colors are preferred. Now, I'm just going to paste these below just so I have them here, but I've not assigned them to anything. So I'll say Dancing Script is going to be my H1. So I'll cut it from there and paste it into my H1. And normally you're not going to use too many fonts in one design because it's not cohesive. And I'm just randomly now applying these other fonts into locations. I would be far more thoughtful. I wouldn't just wing it like this. Put that up. And I'm really kind of neurotic about how I lay mine out so that I can read things. So I always have the title, curly bracket, the information tabbed in, close curly bracket, and spaces between. So I'll save this. I've already saved them. That's why you're not seeing me go to my folder. And now I actually have to go to my folder, which is out of view there for you. But if I open that, all I've got is an index and a style sheet right now. And I have a blank back here to show you how it looks. Oh, nothing's going to happen yet, is it? All I've got is my salmon background, kind of nice color. I'm going to go back in here and I have to use some of that text. So I'll come down here and I'll put in an H1. And this is Jerry's Google font demo. And then I'll put in an H2. Again, you would be far more thoughtful than what I'm doing. Testing. And a P tag for paragraph. And just start typing some junk in there. Now, I didn't assign any colors. I didn't establish specific sizes of anything. I'm going to save that, pop back to our page, and refresh. And there you see the fonts that I chose. So where it gets confusing is absolutely in what you're supposed to be copying. So if we pop back to, where's my Google Fonts page? If we pop back in there, let's click out of that. That box drops down again. And notice the other nice thing in here is I could type something. Sorry, and it will show you. Thank you. It's okay, boys. Sorry about that little diversion. So you see that I can type it in and actually see what the font looks like if I want to look at it that way. Sorry, the Amazon man just came by. Okay, so you can look at it by sentence. You can look at it any way that you want to. You can go by most popular, all of those options that are there for you. Sentence, alphabet, paragraph, numerals, etc. By size if you want to. But the most important thing is to click, if you like a font, click on the plus sign, whichever ones you like. And if you go back in and select more fonts that you didn't have before, I would suggest you can do two things. You can take this code and add all of it to your HTML head area, or you can add a second link there. So when I'm in here right now, I have that link to Dancing Script, Quicksand, etc. I could just go ahead and paste the new one in. It won't hurt it. So that's essentially how you use Google Fonts. Thank you.